Do you want to learn how to install Linux? Do you trust a guy with a neck beard? Well, stay tuned and find out how to install PopOS. Just an editor's note. I shot this video in a series and then decided to break it up into separate videos. So this video is on PopOS and it might be a little funky in the wording, but this is just the install for PopOS. So let's get started. Okay, so now let's go ahead and install another operating system that I think is fairly popular. I actually didn't look any of these stats up. I just, from what I've seen around Twitter and YouTube and everything, I've tried to go over the ones that I think are probably the most popular. I didn't want to bore people with stats or anything like that, so I just wanted to kind of do the top three, which all are Debian based, by the way. So the next one we're going to try is PopOS. I've actually never installed PopOS, never experimented with PopOS, but we'll go ahead and download it. So to download PopOS, you go to pop.system76.com. And for those who don't know, System76 is a a manufacturer of computers that primarily run Linux. That's probably the best way to put it. I have no relation to them or anything like that. I have owned a System76 laptop, and actually my kid still uses it to run Minecraft. But I needed Windows for work, of course, so that's where I am now, at least on my home machine. So let's go ahead and download PopOS. You just, like I said before, go to pop.system76.com and click on the download link. And then you have to figure out, for me, I'm gonna do the LTS version. Now, both of these, you can either use the LTS version, and this goes for all of these distributions. You can go for the LTS version, which is the long-term support version, or you can go to Bleeding Edge, which is the one that like Pop defaults you to. So I think I chose the LTS version on Ubuntu, but on this one I'm going to go ahead and go with the non-LTS version, and I'm going to hit the NVIDIA. Actually, I don't think I need. I think I'm just going to download 21.10. If I was actually installing this on my machine, I would need the NVIDIA version. Or if I was installing it on a Raspberry Pi, I'd need to download the Raspberry Pi version. So I'm going to go ahead and click download 21.10, and we're going to wait for that to download. Okay, so now PopOS is downloaded, so let's go ahead and go over to our virtual environment and start the install. Okay, so now let's go ahead and install PopOS. Now, this is one that I've never installed, so we're just going to kind of wing it as we walk through this. We're going to go ahead and boot. Now, I assume this will be like an Ubuntu install where we'll get the live environment, which is correct. And then we have the installer. So we're going to change our display settings again, because for some reason it defaults to this. 1440 by 900 seems to be okay. Again, if you haven't noticed, it does look a lot like Ubuntu. They just changed the layout a little bit from what I can tell. Like, again, you're in a live environment here, so you can actually launch Firefox, and you could go to, you know, community.itbible.net. And again, for some reason, it doesn't work for me in the live environment. So I'm sure there's something that I'm missing, but I'm just gonna go ahead and start walking through the install. So I speak English, so that US, English US, default. Again, these are all pretty standard for me. We're gonna do a clean install. This is a fresh hard drive. Again, I would suggest if you have stuff on there to make sure you have a good backup of it, so that way if you accidentally overwrite your partition or delete your partition, you still have the data backed up. So we're gonna go ahead and clean install on this drive here. So we're gonna erase and install. We're gonna go ahead and put our name in. You can see it filled out our username. And if you want to change your username, you can. Put our super secure password in. This is nice. It offers drive encryption right off the bat. So let's go ahead and try it. And we're gonna use the same password that we just entered for that. So let's go ahead and let this do its thing, and then I will come back when it's done. Okay, so again, you could stay in this mode if you really wanted to, or you could just restart, which is what we're going to do. If I clicked it, I don't think I did. So since we did the encryption step ahead of time, we have to enter our password here. Now we're doing our login screen. So let's go ahead and log in. We will likely have to do updates. As I said in the last one, every time you install an operating system, go ahead and do updates. We're going to go ahead and next through all of this. I'm going to go ahead and shorten my dock up a little bit. I'm just going to leave this all as default. Again, I've never used PopOS before, so we're just going to I like dark mode, so we'll go dark mode. Location services off. Time zone, I need Chicago. Next. Skip this and start using PopOS. So let's go ahead and go to the Pop Shop, which, if I am correct, is the kind of software installer slash updater. Let's adjust our resolution real quick. I must have passed 1440 by 900. Keep changes. Go back over to the Pop Shop. So you can see that we have some updates here. Let's go ahead and update all. And this is going to download and install the updates for the operating system in Firefox. And of course, while you're doing the updates, you can use your operating system as you need. And with Linux, you generally don't have to restart after any updates. So you can do anything you need. Say, just visit IT Bible's forums. Seems like a logical step. community.itbible.org. So you can read up on whatever everybody's posting about, whether it be me or somebody else. Or you could go to our YouTube, join our Matrix server, Discord, anything you want. So I'm going to go ahead and let these updates complete, and then I will come back and we will start doing Linux Mint. So I hope this is informative, at least for the setup. If not, you know, I hope that you ask questions and let me know what I could do to improve my tutorials in the future in the comments below. So we will be back shortly with the Linux Mint installation. Well, thank you for watching, and I really hope you learned something. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe, because that shows YouTube that I'm doing a good job, and you know, I can always use some extra subscribers. That's really all I ask for. And the next video in this series will be installing Linux Mint. I don't know if it will be the next video, but it will be the next video in this series. Following, I plan on doing some installation of Proxmox videos. I plan to do some installations of pfSense, some pfSense editing, troubleshooting, that kind of stuff. I plan on building a Proxmox cluster and having different VMs run. I plan on doing some actual breaking of networks and fixing them. So that's what you have to look forward to, and I hope that you are sticking around, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, by the way, go to community.itbible.org and sign up. Come hang out with us. I also have Matrix and other various ways to get a hold of me. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.